feel a frustrating afternoon, I would say, for the fans and the management of Harriers?
Not so much the management. I think the fans more than anything else. I think the fans come out and they want to be entertained. They want to see goals. They want to see a spectacle. And we didn't really kick into a spectacle until probably 60 minutes onwards, and then we looked like we had half a chance of winning the game. I didn't ever feel as if York were offering enough for us to lose the game or score a goal. I don't think they showed enough ambition where that was concerned. But they've got their own way of playing, and it completely confused me because I think in the previous two games you've watched York on a video and you think they've got to be playing the same way. Surely they're coming to Agbra and they're going to try and impress. I think the new manager, he's had a couple of games, but he's had a couple of defeats. So I've said to our boys, the philosophy of a football club or a philosophy of a coach goes out the window, and I think theirs went out the window in today's game. But again, he showed a way of playing, a little bit of grit and determination. They've come here, they've frustrated us, there's no doubt about it, and they've got themselves a clean sheet. But fortunately we got a clean sheet as well, because you can lose them games quite easily. The focus, I think, where the three centre-backs and the goalkeeper are concerned, was brilliant, because I thought at any one given time York could maybe hit us on the counter-attack, and certainly in the second half when we're throwing extra bodies in the box and not getting the second ball on the edge of the box, next thing you know you've got around 60-70 yards to try and defend a cross coming in. But for my goalkeeper to make a save, I don't think he has. I don't think he's been tested today, and we had probably 3 or 4 very, what I would call, good chances, good moments in the game. And I go back to Tuesday night, when you've got good moments and you don't take them, you don't get that one goal, because that was a 1-0 for me. It was always going to be a 1-0, and either way that could have been. It would have been a smash and grab from their perspective, but I think if anybody deserved to win the game, I think we did. But at the end of the day, it's another clean sheet. That's 5 clean sheets in 10 games. And I can't get away from the fact that it's 20 points from 10 games. And when we first came here, it was 20 points from 28 games. So I've got to give the players a lot of credit. I've got to give the fans a lot of credit. The support they're showing us is just fantastic, and it was non-stop singing in the second half, trying to suck that ball into the net, and it was one of them days that it just didn't happen. But I can go back to Hartlepool away, and we've nicked a 1-0 when you think about it, and the goalkeeper has pulled off 4 great saves. It's now 0-0 at home because the opposition has shown us a lot of respect.
You say your play showed Harriers a lot of respect. There's no divine right to win games,
no.
but you feel that the Harriers, with the performance that they put in, deserved more out of it.
Possibly, if anybody was looking to win the game, I thought if anybody was showing enough ambition to win the game, it was us. But as I say, nobody's got a divine right to win it, and they've got every right to come here and shut shop and close ranks, and that's what they did. They played in a different style to what we were expecting, and as I say, we've got to find a way then. Our creative players weren't as creative, and I have to say it, where Jack Lambert was concerned, he's took pain-killing tablets, injections, ice for the last couple of days. He got a kick on Tuesday where he's a bit of bone bruising in his foot, which had swelled up, but the swelling had gone down, and it was the first phone call that was made this morning. Jack phoned me up at about 2 minutes past 10, which is early doors for a player on a match day. Normally you're sleeping in till 11, 12 o'clock and then come into the ground, but about 10 o'clock he's on the phone to me saying, I want to play. And the important part was not the question, can you play and finish the game? The important part was, can you play on Tuesday night? Because if I've got Jack for one game and not for the next day, I'm making the wrong decision as a manager. It's a long-term thing. Jack wasn't quite there today, as in the last 3-4 games he's been expressing himself when he had the ball. He's been creative in the final third. He's been a nuisance in terms of when we were harrying and chasing and closing down. But that wasn't the normal Jack today. But I'm not putting it all down to Jack Lambert. When he's on his game, obviously the creativity is there for everybody to see. So if it's not falling on Jack's toes, then it has to fall on somebody else, from Sam Bellis, from Amari, from Gold, from Hemo, 2 midfield players, Caleb Richards. The players that are in them advanced positions, they've got to step up to the plate as well. So I'm not blaming one player here. I'm not saying that for 1 minute we didn't play well in the final third because of Jack Lambert. But I'm delighted that he's shown the attitude and the mentality that he's shown. It's a similar kind of mentality, if you like, to the club captain, who, how he's got through a half of football, it's just beyond me. But the commitment that the players are shown, for me, is first class, and the Kidderminster Harriers fans have got to understand that. And as I'll say, I'll go back to the league table and say 40 points from the position that we found ourselves in to the position we're in now. We've given ourselves a great chance with 8 games to go.
Yeah, and it comes to, I know we say quick, thick and fast. Filed the visitors to Agborough on Tuesday night, and a side who've perhaps mirrored what Harriers have done recently as well, haven't they? They've had that good run of form, couple of bad results, and it's going to be another game where you're going to be tested. I
think it's probably a game that is more winnable than today, because as I say, that ambition to try and win a game of football is so important to both teams. If you've got enough ambition in the final third and the quality, then you've got a chance of winning a game of football. I think where Fylde are concerned, Chris Beach has gone in there. Again, going back to my days at Blackpool, I don't know, maybe something to do with Sam Allardyce. The fact that Sam was in his first job and everybody witnessed what he went through, gave me the drive and determination to be a manager. And I think it fell on Mickey Mellon's shoulder. He was in the same team. It's fallen on Chris Beach's shoulders. So for Chris to turn it around at Fylde, which is probably the closest town to where he was born and lived, and probably has a lot of an affinity with that club, he'll be doing everything he possibly can to keep Fylde in the division, same as what we are. But if it's me or Chris Beach, I'm fighting till we die. That's what we've got to do. We've got to keep on fighting until we die. And at this moment in time, there's a lot of life in our changing room. There's a lot of disappointment in our changing room. We've got to dust ourselves down. Tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow's one of the biggest days in my history of being a family, because Mother's Day is so important. Without your mother, without your family, you can't be anything. And I think we've got a changing room that's full of family kind of traits, if you like. So I've made sure that everybody, I'll put an extra 10, 15, 20 quid in their pockets to make sure that they take their mothers out for a bite to eat or whatever it is. But it's a big day that we do spend a bit of time with our families, because Monday's important in preparation for Tuesday, and Tuesday is vital now.